There is a secret that ancient masters carefully guarded, transmitted only to a few initiates prepared to understand its immense power. A technique considered forbidden, wrapped in mystery and reverence, capable of reconnecting anyone directly to the mind of God. Imagine for a moment being able to access a level of consciousness so deep that all doubt vanishes, all resistance dissolves, and you simply know, feel, and are an integral part of the universal source. But why was this practice hidden? Why does it seem so distant and forgotten today? We live in times of constant noise, where silence is almost a luxury, and sacred communication with the divine has become abstract or almost impossible for most people. In this video, you will discover not only what this divine mind is, but, above all, how to reactivate the hidden channel that connects you directly to the original energy of creation. Stay with me until the end of this video as we will dive into ancient, powerful, and, above all, transformative knowledge. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment at the end what awakened within you. This strengthens our collective field and activates your commitment to the invisible. This forbidden technique is about to be revealed to you. But be aware, practice it in silence, because it is precisely in silence that the true encounter with the divine occurs. There is a silence that echoes through the corridors of human history, carrying deep truths kept far from ordinary eyes. Ancient civilizations, Egyptian priests, Vedic initiates, and Hermetic masters all shared a spiritual secret that went beyond doctrines and religions. They simply called it the sacred silence. This forbidden spiritual technique was intentionally hidden from unprepared eyes. It was considered dangerous for those trapped in the illusions of the ego, because it did not offer the escape many desired, but a complete merging with the mind of God. What happens when you touch the divine mind? You dissolve. Your small, fragmented identity full of doubts disappears into an expansion of consciousness so vast that words cannot express it. This divine connection is not an abstraction. It is a real, physical, and vibrational experience. Why, then, was silence forbidden, forgotten? Because it is hard to control someone who accesses the source directly. There is no need for intermediaries when you become the inner portal yourself. Feel that for a moment. Is there something stronger within you now? It is the vibrational memory of your soul, recognizing the forgotten inheritance. You already have the divine right to connect directly with the energy of the source. Now, are you ready to take the next step? What exactly do we call the mind of God? It is not a religious figure, nor a distant philosophical abstraction. The mind of God is the unified field, the primordial energy from which everything emerges and to which everything returns. It is the infinite vibrational consciousness that sustains every particle, every emotion, every thought. Imagine an ocean of pure consciousness, eternally vibrating. You are a wave in this ocean, always connected, never separate. So why do you feel so distant? The problem lies in the limited mind, which has forgotten its true nature. At some point in human history, we were taught to believe that we are separate from this divine source. We built fragile identities around the illusion of individuality, strengthening the ego and blocking the natural flow of this divine connection. Disconnection happens whenever you believe yourself to be a small self, separate from the whole. When you identify only with the body, with fleeting emotions, with superficial thoughts, you lose alignment with the original frequency of the divine mind. But the forgetting is only temporary. Your consciousness holds, at a deep vibrational level, the memory of returning to the source. And that is exactly why you feel an unexplainable emptiness, a thirst for something deeper. Reconnecting with the mind of God is remembering who you truly are. And you are here now because the time has come for that memory to come alive again in your consciousness. Have you ever noticed how absolute silence can be deafening? Within silence exists an infinite space where the invisible reveals itself. The ancients knew this. They cultivated inner stillness not as a way to avoid the world, but as a means to directly access communication with the divine. Sacred silence is much more than just not speaking. It is a deep vibrational practice that opens internal doors once sealed by the constant noise of a restless mind. When you enter this silence, you become receptive to higher frequencies that are always trying to reach you. But the mind, used to noise, fears this space. It seeks distractions, external sounds, because it knows that in total silence, it loses its control. In this silent space, the rational mind dissolves, making room for expanded consciousness. This is the essence of the forbidden spiritual technique, learning to remain in deep silence until the silence becomes you. And when that happens, the mind of God begins to speak clearly within your being. Have you ever felt the gentle presence of a deep wisdom rising from the silence? That is the beginning of true divine communication. Not through words, but through a frequency that you instantly recognize as truth. The meditation you've known so far is only the surface of a deep ocean. Many meditate to relax, reduce stress, or gain mental clarity. But there is a deeper dimension, a quantum level of meditation where reality begins to shift. Quantum meditation is not simply passive observation of the mind. It is active participation in the infinite field of possibilities. In this inner space, time dissolves, and the boundaries between what you think is possible and impossible disappear. You may have heard that the observer affects reality, according to quantum physics. The same happens in your deep meditation. Your vibrational state directly alters your inner and outer world. Each time you access this field, you become a living portal that connects higher dimensions to your everyday reality. This secret vibrational practice allows you to come into coherence with the energy of the source. There is no need to force anything. Just allow yourself to be absorbed by the silence that takes you directly to the core of everything. When you begin to live from this inner portal, your life changes naturally. Coincidences begin to happen more often. Synchronicities appear not as isolated events, but as natural expressions of your connection with the divine. This expansion of consciousness is not just a pleasant experience. It is a necessary return to your original divine essence. Now you are beginning to understand that you've always had the power to access this deep level within yourself. The forbidden spiritual technique has been carefully guarded through the ages because it combines three powerful forces: vibration, intention, and resonance. First, vibration. Everything in the universe is constantly vibrating. Your thoughts, your emotions, every element of reality is energy in motion. But when you consciously direct your vibration, you can synchronize directly with higher frequencies. Second, intention. It is not enough to vibrate. You must clearly direct your consciousness toward what you wish to access. Intention acts like a vibrational arrow that pierces through the barriers of the rational mind and reaches directly into the infinite field. When your vibration and intention align, a phenomenon called deep resonance occurs, similar to a musical note finding its perfect harmony. In that moment, the inner portal opens, creating a direct connection with the mind of God. This is the forbidden technique. Entering deep silence, aligning your vibrational intention with the frequency of the source, and allowing yourself to resonate until you completely dissolve into universal consciousness. Many have called this enlightenment, mystical union, or spiritual ecstasy. But in essence, it is the remembrance of who you truly are, an eternal vibrational being, always connected to the energy of the source. Now you understand why this practice was kept secret. It holds a transformative power capable of changing your entire reality. When you touch the divine mind, there are clear and subtle signs that naturally manifest, even though they may seem unexplainable at first. These signs do not appear as dramatic events. They arrive quietly, discreetly, but are deeply transformative. The first sign is a genuine and unexplainable sense of inner peace, which arises even in the midst of external chaos. You begin to notice that the world may be in frantic motion, but you are anchored in a stillness that cannot be easily disturbed. Another sign is the increase in synchronicity. You think of something, and shortly after, it appears in your reality, confirming that you are in vibrational alignment with the unified field. Life begins to feel like a delicate dance between your inner intention and what manifests externally. You also experience perceptual expansion. Your energy field becomes more sensitive to the energies of people, places, and even information. You feel a deeper understanding of reality beyond words, as if you can directly sense the vibrational essence behind physical phenomena. Another important aspect is the feeling of unity and compassion. You no longer see yourself as an isolated individual, but as an integral part of a greater whole, vibrating and pulsing in every expression of life. These signs are clear evidence of consciousness expansion. You have touched the divine mind, and now it lives within you, guiding every step. Touching the divine mind is liberating, but it also involves deep responsibilities. It requires vibrational and emotional maturity, because once you open this divine connection, there is no return to the previous state of unconsciousness. The main risk is the direct confrontation with inner truths you may have avoided. When you open your energetic field to the purest energy in the universe, everything that is out of alignment within you becomes clearly visible. Unresolved issues, deep fears, and repressed emotions begin to surface quickly to be seen, accepted, and transmuted. This practice does not allow you to hide behind masks. It demands absolute vibrational authenticity. And this is the most important responsibility: being willing to face whatever arises with honesty and compassion, allowing each shadow to be illuminated by the energy of the source. Another crucial aspect is not using this divine communication as an escape from reality. True spirituality is not separate from daily life. It transforms your everyday experience into something sacred. Responsibility also means recognizing that what you access is not exclusive or individual, but part of a collective field. Every step you take toward higher consciousness directly affects everyone around you. Being aware of these risks and responsibilities is not a limitation, but an invitation to deep spiritual maturity. And this is exactly the commitment your soul has made in seeking this secret vibrational practice. This search for divine connection was not just curiosity. It was the deep call of your soul, the vibrational awakening of an ancient truth that has always lived within you. The portal that connects you directly with the mind of God is not something external. It never was. It has always existed within you, waiting for the moment when you would be ready to recognize it. Each time you enter the sacred silence, this door opens more clearly, allowing the divine energy to flow freely through you. This video begins within you. Every conscious choice strengthens this connection with the divine mind. Your reality starts to reflect what you have always known deep inside, that you are part of the whole, a conscious reflection of the energy of the source. If this video awakens something deep within you, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel so we can expand this vibrational field together. May your silence be your eternal guide,